Saint-Etienne were once a big club in French football, hosting loads of youngsters, a decent team, and challenging continentally. But trouble on and off the field, including points deductions, fan trouble, everything's gone wrong, especially in that owner's box. I would not want to be there, even though today we're going to put ourselves in the position of trying to turn around Saint-Etienne, who have some financial trouble, so without making a signing. Yes, we've got to try and win the Champions League with free agents and youth players, and we're going to have a brand new manager. So strap in, get ready, because we're rebuilding a French giant. So first of all, we've got to find a manager. And I have one really unusual shout in mind. I'm going to go and ruin a legacy. I'm going to take Malmo's manager of Hendrik Rijstorp. I am taking a bit of a shot in the dark. I don't know much about it, but I want to move away from like the managers that are well known. Give another manager a shot with some youngsters and free agents and see how Hendrik can get on. Here he is coming into the club, stepping away from his native country. Big challenge on his hands. This is the team that we've got to try and turn around. And it's really not too great. I think it's better before building our squad, checking who our youngsters are in this team and probably trying to pick them out. How many do we have? We have only 2. That's worse than I expected. Just the one loanee, which is Niels Nkuku from Everton. We're going to utilise him in Season 1, but I don't think he'll be staying. I don't want to look at what the board are expecting us, although I'll probably get sacked for it. I want to get the youth scouts out to bring our future promise in. And in regards to building the squad, this is what I've come up with. We're going to go for a 4-1-4-1. We're heavy with midfielders and wide players. And we've got Charbonnet for a year, because he retires at the end of the year. It means we have to move quickly with getting another one in, as they want us to sign 2 youngsters. They want us to win the league title and reach the round of 16 stage of the Coupe Nationale, make finances, make youth players happen. This is going to be difficult, but we haven't checked our academy so far. Pray them give us a striker. I've opened my eyes and we've got Gilles Mathieu. What a player. 70 rated. Get in this squad already, because I think he's going to fire us. And he's going to be our Mbappe. I don't mean fire us and get us sacked. I mean fire us to the top division. Charbonnet. Sorry, it's your last season, mate. But you're out of that squad. So let's get this business cooking with Luis Chavez. What a signing this first one is. He's a central midfielder because we've got too many CDMs. And he's 79 rated already. And we can't have one without the other. Carlos Acevedo. Or say Acevedo? Acevedo, because he's ace. And he's going to keep them goals out the net. There's 2 into the club who are too good for this league. But we've got to be out of this league. See why I signed them. And this league must start earlier, because we're already on to the first game here. 25th of July. We've got Grenoble first. I'm going to be terrible with my pronunciation. There is still a signing in the pipeline as we start off as we mean to go on with a 3-0 win. As here is our final. An unusual signing, I'd say. It's not letting us see us this way. EA, give the free agent some glory on that menu as we've signed Atiad Allah. He's a Moroccan left back who looks very, very decent. Free agent. And he's going to what is a huge squad at the moment. He comes in the team. Oh, and it's a draw for this next game. I think they had Pedro Obiang. But still, we're going to give the team the benefit of the doubt. Make no more signings and just hope we can do some good in this league. We've got 8 million left for the free agents. Will anybody be released for January? Expectations with Hendrik are to win the league. The board have the thumbs up, which gives me faith that we actually might have done this. I mean, Chavez is now 81 rated. If we're not walking this league, there's an issue. And we're doing just what we need to be doing. We are top of Ligue 2. And, of course, we've got Paris FC just outside of the playoffs. Pau, Harf, FCSM all chasing us. But there's nothing they can do to stop the reigning champion. Not the reigning champions. The champions to be. Had 2 brain farts just there. Hope a signing can make me feel better. And to be fair, all the free agent wingers that I'm looking at right now aren't too crack-a-lacking. So we might have to wait till next season when we're in the top division. Oh, but the thumbs down. I'm guessing we might have bottled the league. Please don't say so. Oh, we haven't. 8 points clear. What problem have you got with me? Look at these objectives. I haven't signed 2 young players, but we've got all of these ones ticked off. Right, I need to sign one more from the academy. We're going up in season number 1, and one of them 3 teams behind us will join us. Coupe Nationale, the expected, and it's Lens and Montpellier. No PSG. Wonder where they went out. We went out in the quarters to Stade Rennais. We beat Stade de Reims and Will Still, and we beat in this round. Oh my god, we beat Monaco 3-2. That is actually so weird that the board are annoyed. We've beaten 2 teams from the league above, and we've won this league. Surely actually tells us that we can survive next year. In that division, I mean. As Mathieu, he's 76 rated at 18. He scored 24 goals. Cafaro was only on loan. Got to replace him with his 17. 12 for Lobry. Pignor with 8. And Chavez, the assist king. So, a make or break season, really, because the board aren't happy for some reason after we've just won the league and gave them a cup run. They want a mid-table finish when we've had players leave. No wonder the board are sometimes under scrutiny. Youth development they won. No, continental, of course. A player born in Asia. And then financial stuff, which should be easy. Signings definitely need to be made. We need another winger at this club. I'd say a central midfielder. I'm looking at defence and goalkeeper, but Acevedo has just been signed. And we're getting the offers already for Julius and Mathieu. We're not going to be selling you, mate, so you're stuck with us. Players we are going to sign, though. He's not very high rated, but it's worth having him round the squad. Anthony Knockout comes back over to France after his little stint at Huddersfield. Joining him is a club legend, Timothy Kolozniak. I think he's a club legend. Basically, his name's really hard to say, so I've signed him back. Maybe he didn't get on with the club. I've brought him here anyway. You may have just got a glimpse of this guy. May not have. Hannoa Masengo. He is one of the young players we should have signed last year, but he wasn't a free agent last year. From Bristol City. He might be that midfielder once he grows. We've got Guimaraes sat here in the reserves. I should have checked on him. What a growth in potential he's had. So, Nehu, get off that bench and get in that team, Kamara. Macon. What is Macon's age? Well, 24, so he's probably better than Atay Allah if we can train him up to be a left back. Squad's coming together. Signing spree doesn't finish there, though, because as soon as Hannoa Masengo's arrived, Emir Bassam will join him through the door. He's an experienced veteran from the Turkish leagues. Along with him, Candelo. Yes, and Candelo. He's a Colombian from the CONMEBOL. It's not a division, is it? It's a tournament, but we've signed him. The budget was actually decent as well, so Hendrick may pick up some flame if he fails to do well. Hey, at least they've put the thumbs up for the first game of the season, as the graphics have changed. It's getting me excited. Strausberg. It's our first game at the Stade Municipal. I've got faith. I mean, it is one of the games we should be winning when we get promoted, if we're going to get mid-table, but we lose. And that could be us in for a big season. Here's our final player as well over the line because the board want it. Not necessarily I want it, but Ataru Asaka is a midfielder for the bench. He's 31-year-old. He's not too great. He's really high on wages, but that's what they wanted. For me to keep this job and us to keep us in this division. A star! A star rating! We must be... Okay, we're 12. With a star rating, you expect a lot higher. 4 relegation spots. We're not in any of them. Amiens must have got promoted and Havre with us. FCSM as well. Did 4 teams go up and 4 down? That is weird. Stade Bristois, and then it's us. We're above a couple of decent teams right there, but we're not pushing towards Monaco, who are top. Surprisingly. Mathieu. Oh, what is going on with the team? Is no one happy here? Is thou not entertained by our play style? I mean, maybe we do need some more players. Every single one of them. Oh, apart from Lobry and Pignor, who's actually in the team. And Nade. Okay, so there's a few happy ones. Guessing it's got something to do with the size of the team. We've definitely got to trim that down, whilst also looking at other options. Oh, but a lot of the players that are released just don't look any good as potential defenders that I'm thinking about. So you know what that means. We've got to risk it for a biscuit with the same team till the end of the season. And I know we've got a good rating as it stands, but I can see this board changing very sour. And it has gone down from a star to a thumbs up, but that is kind of expected. We spent no money, mind you, and we finished 13th with Hendrik Rijkstorm in Ligue 1. That is fantastic, avoiding relegation by what? 18 points. Phenomenal. -3 goal difference ain't bad as well. Guessing Matthias had a bit to do with that, but PSG obviously came back to win the league. Coupe Nationale is between Strasbourg and Olympique Lyonnais. PSG beaten again. We were out to PSG in the round of 16. From the team, we lose Yvan Maicon. He wanted to be out and we couldn't sign him a new contract. He wanted like 30k a year. That's a lot at this club. As the team ratings, you can see Militao and Chavez are carrying. Everyone's a lot happier as well. Still need new wingers and centre-backs to push on up this division. I'm very happy with how it's going. 16 goals from Matthew. Then we've got Pignol with 10. Chavez with 10 assists, should I say. And Pignol with 12. I can't read. And I can't believe he's got that in League One. Phenomenal achievement. Does second season syndrome leak in? Or do we continue our run? I mean, why have I clicked standings? That's the wrong button. They want us to qualify for Europe. This is the worst board that we've ever had in management. Then 2 seasons increase. Youth players sign short-term, have long-term ones coming through. Then 3 cup wins. And a crucial forward when we've got Matthew. Tell me how backwards this board is that they expect another player. We've got 3 good midfielders. We're going to have to sacrifice one of them to get a striker in. Unbelievable. And we do have 42 million to spend. So that means we've got the money to pay wages, and I want to send more scouts out to explore overseas. So let's get spending these wages. First through the doors is Thorgan Hazard. Back in the league where it all started for him and his brother. I think he played there as Urbanski has actually joined the club. He's an attacking midfielder. He's the potential man. As another one is Ahmed Musa. He's quite old right now, but he's still going. Now he's coming to League One. And here comes the man who failed at Arsenal, but he needs to rebuild it. He's already been at Nice trying to try. Nicolas Pepe has joined Saint-Etienne to rebuild his career very late on. And here is our new left back. It is Ellis Sinclair, experience with Bayer Leverkusen. We're not finished there though. We're still getting a couple of younger players now in before we have to have a big clear out. Oscar Villabla is a 17-year-old wonder kid from Colombia. And alongside him is, wait for it, another one, Thomas Moser. He's 73 rated at 17, so he's another Matthew. But he's no scratch on Anthony Moreo. It even rhymes. Let me show you this guy. Look at him. He is, he's 19-year-old. He needs to be in the first team. Sorry, Kamara, you're straight out of there. And Moser on the bench. He's 17-year-old, 73 rated. The only problem is with this squad now, look at the numbers. 42 overall players. Let's fix this if we can. And the first game of the season is against Monaco. So if we're going to get Europa League football, these are one of the teams challenging us. And to be fair, we've got a 2-2 draw away from them. Gilles and Thorgan Hazard. We also say goodbye to a couple of these players like Candelo, who we've basically just signed. I know the board are going to be unhappy when I come out of the simulations. Okay, we've still got a bit of a thumbs up. Are we in Europe? Not at all. 10th in the league is still some achievement with the squad we have. We're clear of Bordeaux by 8 points. And then we are 6 points off Troyes in 6th. But I think PSG in 5th occupy that spot. Militao, cheer up. Fomba, cheer up. Chavez, cheer up. You're really doing my head in now. We've got players on the bench that can replace you if you don't pull it out. So let's add some players now. We've got some time. First one is Jahan Bach. I know you say his second name, not his first. Also some backup with Vladislav Dubinevchak. Sorry, I butchered that. Actually, he could be first team. I think he is younger than Sinclair, 29 and 26. He's in the squad. We've actually just got into the thumbs down. As we try to bring it round, we're going to have to play 2 attacking midfielders because Fernando Duarte, same rating as Moreira at 77, 18-year-old. And there is the thumbs down. Thought we'd end the season with it as we end, in 6th position. It's a brilliant comeback. When we were looking at Troyes to catch, we have caught them. However, the huge gap between us and Monaco of 9 points separates the good from the great. Marseille win the league over PSG. And now, how do we do in the cup? There was pressure on this competition, and we're not in the final. Paris Saint-Germain and Stade Rennais. We were out in the quarterfinals to Paris Saint-Germain. You can't be angry at that. Not at this stage anyway, as look how happy our team is. I'm glad they enjoy our management. Matthew at least does. He scored 25 at 20-year-old, now 86 rated. I am not letting go of this man at all. And Nicolas Pepe with 21. That cannot go unnoticed. Pepe! What are you playing at? What do they expect this year? European football? I mean, at least it's not changed to Champions League, as we are in the conference, actually. Reach the semi-final, not bad expectations. Yeah, 59 million. Safe to say we're not spending it. Enjoy that, board. All we've got to do this window is swat transfers incoming for our players away and sign some actual decent ones. Here is our player that is through the door first. It's Sergio Roberto at 33 years of age. We've got a right back because Appiah left on the end of his contract for some bizarre reason. It wouldn't let me renew it. I have renewed everyone else I can renew, and this squad's got too big again. Get him into the team. That looks a lot better. Still, I want another left back, and the defenders are very young and growing well, so I don't know where I want to improve. Joining Sergio Roberto is Rui Perez. It's so hard to find some decent players. And here is your striker, board. I've given him the crucial role, but he won't be ahead of Matthew. It is Avila, the Argentinian, just walking out the office with Hendrik after a very nice chat. And I think the last signing before the squad gets too big, Adrian Dominguez. There he is. The Mexican winger is very young, very high rated, and very exciting to see. Still no right back, but Dominguez on that wing, Pepe on the other, Duarte Moreira, Matthew up front, Chavez, and then Avila on the bench is brilliant. And yet again, we've got rid of some, but not as much as last year, so this huge squad is a problem. Still, the ratings in the team looks good enough. No left back has been found before Marseille. And Hendrickson has just been to the press to see, well, talk about all them players he's got. So we lose 2-0, Brigade with them both. A long season ahead. And that's not a great start in the league. But it's not that what I want to see. It is the Europa Conference League. We have Besiktas, Ferencváros, and Utrecht. That's actually quite a potential banana skin, let's say. Okay, so it seems like we have a discipline problem this season, judging by that. I do want to see the central star. Oh, third in the league. The moment that means a Champions League. No, I'm not even going to say it. Not going to say it because we're playing Nantes next, who are just 3 points behind us. And we have a Conference League to compete in. I hope we've got a Conference League. Anyway, let's have a look through this menu. We topped the group. Besiktas going out. Ferencváros, I think it is, joining us. Utrecht with 1 point as well. It's a shock to me. I don't really see us signing anyone as well. I just see players leaving. So I'm going to see if we make the Conference League semi-finals. If we do, I'll see you there. If not, let's just hope we're in that top 3. Oh, and we have made it, you know. Look at that. We bet Sociedad. We bet Real Sociedad. Mateo must have had something to do with that. And Basel. But you might expect us to be. I don't know the league form, but I know we have Napoli. What a fixture. Not very confident, however. Moisaki, Neto, Politano. You can see Dominguez has a red card for ourselves. We've got to try and feel it. And the 3-2 loss ain't bad for a first leg. We are at home for this next leg. And, of course, Dominguez can play. Almost 80 rated. And we've done it! Eden, no, Thorken has, I should say, off the bench after Giles Matthew had scored to start off with 4-3 over Napoli. We're going to the Conference League final. Never did I ever expect us to get through against Club Brugge here at the Stadion Europa. It's going to be a really hard game. We can't beat Napoli and lose here, can we? We can. Noosa. Oh, lads, we did so well. I'll take the Napoli game, even though we lost. I'm just hoping the league form's still alright. I beg we've made Champions League football, even though we won't cope with it. Oh my days, we have. We were joint on points with second place Marseille, and we were, what, 7 points clear of Lille. Saint-Etienne have gone from financial trouble, still in it kind of, because we're not spending money, to Champions League. Balling. Sensational. Strasbourg and Nice are in the final right there. We were nowhere near. Pepe was the top scorer as well, over Matthew. That's a weird. We only played 1 game extra. 19 goals, 2 assists. What a player he's turning out to be. Champions League Greens, as they want a crucial midfielder. They want the quarterfinals reaching. That's unrealistic. Champions League space again. You knew that were going to happen. So here are 3 signings we're going to make. First one is Cristobal Osorio, yet again, young winger, him and Dominguez on each side, or when Pepe goes. The next one is the start of a pairing, Robin Gosens on the left, and Hans Hattebor on the right. Yes, they're not out-and-out defenders, but I'm going to try them at fullback. Could be a bit of a Stellini move. Is it good for the Champions League? Absolutely not. Is it good enough to try and compete in La Ligue, or Ligue 1, should I say, to get in the Champions League again? Maybe. And we're not actually in the Champions League yet. We've got a qualifying round. To say they want quarterfinals after we haven't even qualified is balmy. I'm very intrigued to see how we get on against Rangers. Oh dear, that's not the start we wanted. At least we're winning the league. There's no point trying in the league if we're not going to try in the Champs League. And we've got to hope we get it right in this second leg, please. Oh, it's the same as in Naples. We've done it 2-0 and we are through to the group stage. Dominguez and Moreu. Absolutely mental. I'm loving that. Why is there another Champions League game? Why is there another Champions... I don't believe it. Another qualifying round, and Ajax are a very good team. Militao needs to pull us out. Come on! Still another round to go, though. Do I trust our defenders? No. We won it on penalties. Oh, my days. Right. If there's another qualifying round, I'm going to go medal. I'm going to go read a rule book of football. And I'm going to calm down in the process. Our group that we've been placed in. Oh, reached the quarterfinal, they said. Manchester City, Sporting and Galatasaray. And the thumbs down signals something to me. We are underperforming in something. We're 5th in the league. Okay. And that's kind of expected from myself. We're bottom of the Champions League group. Still, Militao, maybe we should have done better. And there is a player through the door as well, just to help us out. Jordan Militao. It rhymes, and I know that's not how it's pronounced. The team looks better on paper, but I really hope we're in the Champions League. Are we going to be? Check the standings. No, but we lost the cup final. No, to PSG. A shocker. As 4th in the league, that might be Europa League. I think that is Europa League. I think we've failed miserably because we were, what, 17 points behind Monaco, Marseille, and Paris. Big improvements to be made off that. I don't know how we move forward. We keep Militao here. We don't even get many bids for him. I think we had like a 200 mil one once. And brush past that. And 20 goals for Adrian Dominguez. Him on one wing, Pepe on the other, and Militao up front. Do we need a new formation? After a season like the last one, we're expected Champions League once more. With a few signings, if they're out there, we should be there. Europa League we're in, they want the group stages reaching, so at least they've clamped down on that a bit. And we've reached the point where we don't have to worry about money much. We've got 159 million. Basically got a new signing on the bench in Berg, a 21-year-old keeper. He will replace Oviedo when he goes. So we'll start off with the first signing here. David Alaba is into the club. And to join Alaba will be Isak Janssen, a backup striker. We've got Christopher Larsson, who is agreeing contract terms here with Hendrickson, a regen. And I believe an ex-Alaba teammate in Mario Götze. And our first game is against Monaco. And again, another tester. One we have to get through to compete for the Champions League. But we lose again. I'm just praying we don't bottle this group of Vidborg, Legia Warsaw, and Rangers. Come on, Saint-Etienne. We can do this. Oh, 5th in the league. Right, lads. Pull it out. There's 3 points in it. What a gloomy result. It's thunderstorming outside, and it's thunderstorming here. I mean, at least we've stormed literally in the Europa League to the top of the group. I don't think I'm making any signings. This team is winning the Europa League. Come on, we'll get into it that way. Change the formation as well, even though Duarte's an attacking midfielder, as Militao is now 91 overall. 91! And we didn't even make it. The final is into Liverpool. Semi-finals, Real Madrid. You can guess who we got beat by in the quarters. Real Madrid. Shows we still need to improve. We'll start with the cup. Ooh, we've still got the final to go against PSG. Exciting stuff. As we're in the Champions League as well anyway. 3rd position in the league. Militao, that is important in keeping him. Yet to beat PSG in this save, and we still don't beat them. Out in the final of the cup. Will we ever get silverware? Safe to say the priority definitely is defenders now with Gosens and Hatterbo just out of it. And this has to be the longest we've kept a youth player at our parent team. So, 33 goals from him. Dominguez getting heavily involved, and Duarte needs to carry on. So in this next season, no messing about. I want to get the players straight in straight away, because if not, someone else will snap them up. There is a few agents available. David De Gea is the first one. Strength at the back required. As Calvin Phillips, now I know he's an Englishman, but there is Englishman that's played for Saint-Etienne before, like Green, the goalkeeper, and now Calvin. I'm expected to reach the Champions League semi-finals, oh my days, and win the league. Lol. And our first game of the season is already here. Going through these rather quickly. We need to try and get signings done on pre-contracts at the end of this year. As we have Nice, come on, please don't be Nice to them. We're not. We start off with a win, and we have breezed through qualification rather easily to have Salernitana. What a team. How have they got there with Shakhtar and Spurs? A group that I think we should actually stand a chance at getting out of. And fourth again. At least the cup hasn't started to actually make us feel even worse. Now we threw in the Champions League. We're at the bottom. Sociedad. Oh, not a bad result. Finished second in the group behind Spurs, Salernitana knocking on the door, and Shakhtar bottom. This is the formation we've been rocking with because it actually gets a lot of good players in. Now Acevedo's better than David De Gea, which is stupid. But Duarte with 96 Mateo. Chavez as well. Dominguez and Osorio out wide. I mean, I keep stuttering because I'm thinking, is it actually good enough? But apart from the defence, it is a very forward team. We even won a League Manager of the Month, which usually never happens. I tell you what, it's important we actually try and win the Champions League this season because the amount of players leaving, and 350k a week for Giles Matthew. He's got to lead us this year. I'm begging you, lads, don't let me down against this Spanish Sociedad side because this is our chance to take the Champions League. A 1-1 draw, as long as we make it up with a 97 rated Mateo. And it's Asoro, the winger, who soars us into the quarterfinals. Get in. Get in. And I tell you what, we've drawn Fiorentina in the quarters. How have we looked out on that? We've got to take this chance. We have to. I mean, they're in the same position as us, so we can't look past them. They've got here just the same as us. They've got a decent team, but we've got a 3-1 win. Surely that's enough as we face them again after a 1-1 draw with PSG, the closest we've ever got to them. 97 Mateo, can he get a goal? He doesn't, but he does. Giles is Mateo's first name. I keep forgetting that. And it was very close because they won 3-2 and they missed a penalty. Talk about a Champions League game. And talk about luck. I know it's going to be a difficult game, but we had them in the group stage. Tottenham Hotspur. I think I've got to see the other finalists. Yeah, out of the finalists, Tottenham, Atletico, or Barcelona. I think we've lucked out. How is the first leg going to go? We need Giles Mateo scoring. He scores. Oh, no, he doesn't. But we win 2-1. Let's back it up away from home, though. The new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Is it going to be a jinx? It's not. Mateo in extra time. It was actually Pepe as well in extra time because they won the game 2-1. Xavi tried to stop us, but he doesn't stop Saint-Etienne in a Champions League final. I said it's growing horrific off the field. It is with the contracts and everything, but a 97 rated striker, a change in formation, and a 4th place finish as it is horrific is just going to be the difference between us and glory. Even the bench ain't too great. Pepe came off the bench, who's been a star all episode, to score. And 38 goals for Giles all season, in fact. Asoro with 21, Dominguez with 15. These 3 regens, and no, let's add Duarte to it 4. Sorry, Maria. Sorry, Lawson. You've done crap. You haven't been here long enough. But what a season it is for all these youngsters. I thought we'd be signing the likes of Ederson, Allison, just players like that, old ones, but we don't. And we finish in a Champions League space or qualifying space if we do go into next season. Or is it actually? That might be Europa League. I don't care anyway. Troyes and Paris Saint-Germain in the final. We lost in the semis to Troyes. And it is Barcelona at the Olympic Stadion who we face. Do we win this with the young team and the weird pencil formation? Let's see, shall we? Here they are. They've still got Ter Stegen, Pau Torres, I saw there, Teo Hernandez. Very solid Barcelona team. Gabi Jesus walking out the back. And we are kind of unrecognisable with the fresh faces we've got. Focus will be on that man, though. Giles Mateo. Please, man. Just play like a better Mbappe. And it'll be Barcelona to start off in this game with the ball into the box. As long as we can keep them away from our defence. I mean, that is our weak point. And get Giles in this game. Dominguez opting for Osorio, though. Calvin Phillips, quicker. We need to be quicker because they're trying to play it around on the edge of our box. Where is Giles? He's not up front, but Lawrenson, one of the new signings, has played a ball through onto Osorio, the Argentine winger, with a chance, and Ter Stegen's not managed to keep it out. It is a goal for the underdog, Saint-Etienne, in the final of the Champions League. As calm as you like, Cristobal, slapping it straight underneath to just the flailing arms and legs of Ter Stegen. Come on! They're absolutely dominant, but look at this. Giles is trying to bully Pau Torres off the ball. He's going to cut inside. Here he is, the big man, going for a power one. As long as we can try and make it 2-0 with any player, I don't mind. Here's Dominguez, skipping away from his defender. He's very quick, the Mexican. That's a ball onto the edge. That is a miss. And this is a counter-attack. Lautaro Martinez. Barcelona are level. It is shocking defending, and it is the Argentine again for them. Oh, I don't want to watch that back. I just want to get on with the game. I think we've got to change something up at half-time as well, because it's far too easy for them to tiki-taka. Far too lackadaisical, but here is Osorio trying to get back involved again. That's a ball on the edge. That's Dominguez, and that is just wide. We could do with a goal just before half-time, just to liven things up a little bit for them, but hopefully not enough for them to score. That's a ball towards the big man Giles. Still, we've kept the ball. Chavez, get that back out wide. The Mexicans working together. That's a ball onto Duarte! And that is a header. Pristine as ever into the bottom corner of Ter Stegen's net. And the Spaniard has his level. Shows you how little we need the big man at the moment. When that little player can do a header just like that into the bottom corner and get a nice hug off Laporte. What a result at halftime. Leading Barcelona by 2-1. But this has been a very difficult game. And these are the changes that we're going to make. I'm going to put Sint-Graven on in the final. And Dominguez I'm going to trust as a wing back because he's really quick. Osorio goes up front with Mateo. We need to defend, and that unfortunately sacrifices Calvin. So how's it going to work out with this 73 rated on the field? Here he is. Could he whip a ball in? Oh my days! That is just the start we needed. Go and celebrate with him, Mateo, because Sint-Graven off the bench. We're 3-1 up. There is the big man as well. It's just a shame he's been overshadowed by the man who's just come on the field. He's hardly played. Got 2 left wing backs on the bench. And they're doing the Poznian. I cannot believe we're 3-1 up against Barcelona. Bang! What a finish. Keeping Barcelona out. That is the only job that we've really got to do now. And it's been rather sound so far in the second half. That's a ball onto Mateo. What a shot. 20 minutes left on this clock. There's a ball over the top from a defender. 2 of these defenders started in League 2, as that is another brilliant ball. Sint-Graven grown to be the better team, that is for sure. That is a ball as well through to Giles Mateo. That is a ball back. That is a shot, and that is wide. Get that whistle to your lips, referee. Don't let them. Alexander Isak, 5 minutes now of pure terror, which I cannot stand. Now into added time. And look at this, they're only an attack. No, Ousmane Dembele, he puts it across. Ansu Fati, Sal with one of the biggest blocks I've ever seen. Whack that away. And yes, Sal, I could kiss you. Sint-Graven, everyone on that field. Because we've just won the Champions League with Saint-Etienne in the last minute. Scenes of glorious emotion for Saint-Etienne. Everyone in France is now green. You're under the shadow of the young squad. The squad that spent no money on any players. Trophy will be lifted by Nade. He's been here. I think I said Name earlier on, but he's been here from the start in the defense. A brick wall as here it goes into the sky at the Olympus Stadion. The French side have done it. No Mbappe, just Mateo, some reliable centre-backs and some youngsters released from academies worldwide. If you do want to see another rebuild like this, just tell me in the comments. There's a link to click on the other videos as well on the iCard. And I'll see you all for the next one, where we just take a team to glory.